Hey, good evening. Chaplain Jim here, and just wanted to come to again tonight and give you some more words of encouragement as we look into the spiritual fitness of someone who is going through a crisis. Now, we are all going through a crisis right now, and the light is at the end of the tunnel. We can see it just as sure as we can uh, see the next moment ahead of us. And what I want us to talk about a little bit tonight, as it comes to our spiritual fitness, is courage. And what is courage? Well, courage is doing the right thing at the right time for the right reason, and and subjecting ourselves and becoming selfless in what we do. You know, I have been told many times that in combat that the difference between a coward and a hero is 2 seconds. 2 seconds of thought on what they were going to do and when they were going to do it. Now, the spiritually fit person is the one who goes and thinks about what they're going to do and then acts on it and goes forward against the flow, against that which would cause them pain or suffering, and sometimes even their lives. But they know that there is something greater that they can work for, that they are doing, that they are having within themselves to find the intestinal fortitude or the guts to go and face those challenges. And in our country today, we are challenged in many ways. We're challenged financially. We're challenged physically with this virus, and we've been challenged spiritually. And for some of us, we have seen this and we have worked and gone ahead against that which may have harmed us. Just this last weekend, there was a church here in Magnolia, Texas, Magnolia Cowboy Church, who went to the local hospital and prayed for the staff, for the nurses, the doctors, the attendants, those who would put themselves in harm's way. Now, these people could have stopped and never did anything, and no one would have known or said anything about them. But there were those who had the courage to go forward and find something to do, something to venture out on, to go into where the battle was raging and is still even being fought today, and subject themselves to possibly even being in contact with someone who had the virus or another illness. These are what courage is made up of. Is ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And I'm sure that you are one of those people as well, as you go through your daily lives and volunteer and support others who are putting themselves in harm's way. You know, David did this. David was an ordinary shepherd. He was out tending his father's flocks, and he took his father's command to go to the battle lines to take his brother's lunch. And while there, he saw the catastrophe that was going on. And he was just a young man, a teenage boy, but he had the courage because he knew for what he was fighting, and he knew to whom was fighting with him. And when Goliath, this mammoth of a man, came at him, he came against him saying that there was no hope in Israel, that this young man was going to be killed. But David took courage. He sacrificed himself, and he was willing to go into the fight. I pray that you are willing to go into the fight. That when this Goliath of this virus is coming against us, that we go and we say, it is our God who goes before us, and you will not mock our God. God is with you. God is for you. And God will be with you in this battle, no matter where it is, no matter how it is, whether it be financially, physically, emotionally, isolation, God is with you. And if God is with you, who can really be against you? Someone once said that the best sermon is one that was lived out, not spoken out. So I want to leave us with this. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. He makes us lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the shadow of the valley of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. You prepare a place for me in the table, in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, and my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and then I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. That's Psalm 23. Many of us have heard that many times. Remember that God is with you. And these words of encouragement that I give you today is keep on going. Have courage and go into the battle. God bless you all. This is Centurion's Chaplain, Chaplain Jim. CenturionsChaplain.org. Thank you. God bless.